All right, let's talk about something really interesting coming out of Microsoft. It's a powerful, super specialized new operating system, and it's built from the ground up for the cloud. It's called Windows Server 2025 Azure Edition, and we're going to see what makes it such a potential game changer.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get right into what makes this Azure Edition so different. Then, we're going to dive into its absolute killer feature, updates with no reboots. We'll also look at how it makes moving to the cloud way easier, and how it gives your storage a serious speed boost. And finally, we'll figure out who this is actually for.
Okay, first things first. A server built for the cloud? What does that actually mean? Let's break it down. Right off the bat, you need to know this isn't something you can just download and install on any server in your office. Nope. This OS is all about its environment. It is a highly specialized piece of software, and it's designed to run in only two places: as a virtual machine in Microsoft's Azure Cloud or on Azure Stack HCI, which basically brings Azure into your own data center. Think of it like a Formula One engine. It's built for a very specific track. Now, for what might be the most exciting feature here. This is a solution to one of the oldest, most annoying problems in the entire world of IT. You know what I'm talking about, the dreaded reboot after an update.
Oh man, if you've ever managed a server, you know this pain deep in your soul. A critical security update drops. Your heart sinks a little, because you know you have to apply it right away. But there's always a catch, isn't there?
And that catch is downtime. You have to schedule a maintenance window, take the server offline, and even if it's just for a few minutes, it can cause a huge ripple effect across the whole business. Well, the Azure Edition basically asks, what if you didn't have to? The magic behind this is a technology called hot patching. It's pretty much what it sounds like. You're patching the system while it's hot, while it's running, no restart needed. I love this analogy. It's literally like changing a tire on a car as it's speeding down the highway. For any system that needs to be online 24/7, this isn't just a nice to have, it's a total game changer. All right, on to the next big pillar, networking. Moving your servers and apps to the cloud sounds great, but historically it's been a real headache, especially when you start talking about keeping all your network settings intact. See, normally when you move a server to the cloud, its IP address changes, and that can break everything. All your connected applications just stop working. Well, Extended Network for Azure is designed to fix that exact problem. It lets you migrate a virtual machine and, this is the key, it keeps its original IP address from your on-premise network. It just works.
And the process itself is just so straightforward. Step 1, your server's humming along in your data center with its IP address. Step 2, you use this feature to start the migration. And bam, Step 3, it's now running in Azure with the exact same IP. All those connections and configurations just keep working. That's a massive migration headache just gone.
Okay, so we've got no reboot updates and seamless networking. What else do you got? Well, if you're going to be a true cloud-native OS, you better have some serious storage chops. It's not just about where your server lives, but how fast and securely it moves data around. And yep, the Azure Edition brings some serious upgrades to the table. And this comparison really spells it out. The traditional way of sharing files, SMB. It's been around forever, but over the internet, it can be slow, and getting the security configured just right can be tricky. The new protocol, SMB Quick, is built for the modern cloud. It's way faster and it's secure by default, even if you're going over a network you don't trust.
So to put a bow on the storage improvements, you get SMB Quick for those zippy, secure file transfers, and you also get something called Compressed Storage Replica. This is awesome for disaster recovery because it shrinks the data before sending it for replication. That means you use way less network bandwidth, which makes the whole process faster and, you guessed it, cheaper.
So we've seen the what, the hot patching, the seamless networking, the faster storage, pretty cool stuff. But now for the most important question of all, who actually needs this? Is this for everybody? Well, before we answer that, just look at this number, 240 terabytes. That is the maximum amount of RAM a single virtual machine running this OS can handle. That one statistic tells you almost everything you need to know, right? We are not talking about small-time stuff here. This is an OS built for workloads on an absolutely immense scale. And that brings us right to the ideal user. No, this isn't for a small business file server. This is for organizations running their most critical, most demanding workloads inside the Azure ecosystem. We're talking about places where downtime is not an option and where a hybrid cloud strategy is absolutely essential. It's a premium tool, and you'll need a specific subscription or a software assurance license to use it. So really, the Azure Edition isn't a Swiss Army knife designed to do everything. It's more like a surgeon's scalpel.
a precision instrument for high-stakes challenges. And this quote sums it up perfectly. It's a specialized, cloud-optimized OS for the highest level of security, efficiency, and hybrid functionality.
So let's do one last super quick recap of the 3 pillars. You've got hot patching for zero downtime security updates, you've got extended network for seamless pain-free migration, and you've got SMB Quick for fast, secure file transfers. Put them all together, and you have a seriously powerful, cloud-focused platform.
This really leaves us with a final thought. Technologies like this Azure Edition, they show a clear shift in where computing is going. It's not just about running servers anymore. It's about building a fluid, secure fabric that stretches between your own data center and the cloud. So the real question you have to ask is your infrastructure built for the past, or is it ready for that hybrid future?